SSH authentication. SSH means secure shell. So with SSH authentication, oh heavy tongue, you will use it for pushing your code or pulling your code, because nowadays they don't allow you to add passwords. So you have to generate a key that you're going to then put to your settings on GitHub so that you can be able to work seamlessly. So first of all, you generate a key. I have already done this, so I'm not going to repeat it, but you do this step. You generate a key using SSH keygen, and this is do */t RSA flag C, and then you add your email address, and then -f, and then you add your username. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a username, but you make it a name that you can remember. And for me, I just prefer using my username because I have a work GitHub account and I have a personal GitHub account. So it's just better to separate the two. And as I mentioned earlier, your mind is not a filing cabinet. So utajipata ukisahau when you put generic names. So RSA-C, and then your email, which I'm going to use and then flag F, and then over here I'm just going to say key name. So far, do we have any questions? Okay. So next, you have to start the agent. Sorry, you have to start the agent and then you add the key. So we run this command and it's going to show us that the agent is running in the device. And then you add the key to SSH by running this command, SSH add, and this is the directory of your SSH. So for example, if we move there, we're already inside SSH, as you can see here. Let me clean this browser, sorry, the command line. You clean it by by pressing Ctrl L if you're using Ubuntu or Linux, and then we start again. SSH add this .ssh, and then it's the one we created, the username. So here we are. So we can see it's saying it's been added, and this is the email account that is associated with that key. You can view what's inside the folder by pressing this command, and as you can see, these are all the keys that I have available. Okay, so this one is for work, this one is for the program, and it's just good to be able to identify the difference. Now this is my blunder, yeah? I did this, so one day if I wake up and I don't know what this means, it would just be better if I put conventional naming and I said work or something like that. Next, you want to retrieve your public key so that you can add it to GitHub, and you can do that by saying, you can say vim or nano, and I'm just going to copy this one time. I showed you initially there's a public key, so we take the public key and we view it, and this this is everything, but I don't like it like this. Let me just use Vim instead. So this is the public key. You come and you copy it like so, and to exit Vim you press colon, full colon, and Q, and you're out. And then you come to your GitHub account here, and you go to settings on your right. You press on your account after you've created your GitHub account, right? You go to your right and you press settings, and you come here to SSH and GPG keys, and you add your key, but we've already added it, so I'm not going to add it again. But you come and you create a title and you paste it here, your key, and you write it down, test key, and you add it. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to go through that whole process, and then also open the floor up to any questions before we proceed, because this is a very crucial step. You won't be able to push your code successfully or to interact with GitHub successfully if you have not completed this step. Okay, so we can just follow through with the notes. We have 5 minutes to ask questions in case you're lost. And okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we have to generate a key, so that the key is going to be used to link our authentication information to our device to GitHub. So we have to generate a key first, which is what we do with this keygen command. So we do SSH keygen -t, and we want it to be an RSA encryption, and we do a -c, and you enter your email address, right, which in our case is the codex mentis @gmail.com, right? And then flag F, and we name the key. So because we have already created test key here, I'm going to create test key 1. Are we together so far, Tracy? Good. So you press enter, and it's going to ask you for a passphrase. You can enter a passphrase, but because this is for personal work, I'm not going to enter a passphrase. But if you're in an organization and you use a lot of security measures, or you use a security measure to secure your code or your encryption, you can use a passphrase. So in this instance, since we are not using a passphrase, you press enter, the key enter, like that. And then you enter the same passphrase, which we did not enter, so you press the key enter, and it's going to generate your key. Now if you want to see if it's been generated, you go into the folder, and you can see we have here test key and test key pub is the public key, and test key is the private key. And we also have test key 1 and test key 1.pub. Are we together so far? Okay. Anyone else have any other questions? The next step is to do an activation, which you come here by running this command, and it's going to show you the PID or the process ID that is running your SSH agent. And then afterwards, you add your key by running the command SSH add, and then you go into the SSH folder and you pick the key that you want. So you see we have the Codex Mantis key, we have test key 1.
You're doing it again? Excuse, you're doing it again?
Sorry, where would you like me to start from?
I'm asking because I was handling my videos on the other side. I'm seeing like you are repeating the class again from where you started.
Yes, I've repeated it again. So where would you like me to start from?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Just wanted to be
Oh yeah, we are at the same place. It's Tracy. I'm trying to help clarify some things for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you choose the key that you want to add. Okay, Tracy? And this key should be the same key that you're going to link to your GitHub account, right? So if you want to add, I'm not going to alter my configurations because I'm using this the Codex Mantis. I'm just going to proceed with that as well. So I paste that one since it's the key I want to use, and I have added it, and it's going to give me this message. Okay, so afterwards, when you've done all that, you get your key information, the public key here, the codexmantis.pub. Have to go right into this location. And you're going to copy the key. Okay. Are we together so far? Good. So next you're going to go to your GitHub account, which is here, and you go to settings on your right where the icon is, your profile icon. You go to settings, and then you come here to SSH and GPG keys. Any questions so far? Good. Everyone else, do you have any questions? Okay. So afterwards, you come and you add a key. So let's start that again. You add new SSH key. You click this button, and then you give it a title that you're going to remember. So for the class, I'm just going to call it test key. And then we paste it, right? You paste your key, and then you add it. And it's going to ask you to confirm access, which I'm going to give it. And you can see, because we already added the key, it's going to tell me the key in use, but it's here. right? So it's going to give you a list of all publicly linked keys, that the keys that you have linked from your device, from your laptop here, which in this case is this public key. I have linked it to this Gmail account. Are we together so far? Everyone? Perfect. Thank you, Tracy, for your responding. Thank you, Elisha. So finally, when you're done, you need to confirm that your machine and GitHub are in communication. So you type this command, Control L again. So you type this command, SSH-T git@github.com, and I press enter, and I should get this message. Hi, username, you've been successfully authenticated. We good? Awesome. How about everyone else? Okay. As I mentioned earlier, don't feel a pressure to feel like you've been left behind. Today and tomorrow I've been dedicated to just GitHub and setting it up and learning the commands. So today, if you haven't been able to set up your GitHub, you can communicate with us on WhatsApp and we can try to assist you. And tomorrow we'll look at the other processes, cloning a repository and staging and making and pushing changes and just understanding the basic commands and the structure, because these are something that you're going to be using over and over again. Okay? Ronnie is saying okay, Ronnie, don't worry. You fix your laptop and it's fine. I understand. These things happen.
That's good. Yeah. So I think we can also have some kind of note or a parallel one for Windows.
Yes.
I don't know how good it can be.
Yes, I will work on making that possible and I will keep you updated when it's done. In the meantime, I'll also look for resources that will assist you.
I'm also, yeah, I've seen some few. I'm also following.
Yeah.
But the problem I had is linking Git with now the account.
Aha, okay, sawa, nimekuelewa. I will assist you with that.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking your time and for joining the session. I hope you have learned, and we will continue tomorrow. Okay? If you want to continue, you can go along with the article, and you are encouraged to go ahead. I wish you all a successful and a blessed day, and take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, and goodbye.